a YouTube show full of fun facts you need to know. Carl rings the bell and the members show to the GMP morning show. Featured guests will come and they will blow your mind. The audience will do so in kind. A little vanity mixed with some insanity on the morning show with GMP. Hey, Gumpers.
Hola, bon dia, alegria. Munson here from Expats, Portugal.com with the Good Morning Portugal show, live stream and podcast. How are you this morning? It's been a nice, busy week, isn't it? A great night last night. Nunu, great job from Winsurance, talking about all sorts of health insurance. Well, all kinds of insurance, actually, including health insurance and his new D7 product if you're coming to Portugal. And you need to satisfy those insurance requirements. Have a chat with Nunu of Winsurance. And we had a fantastic an evening with Gilda Pereira. Well, we had a good half hour, 40 minutes chatting to Gilda in our Q&A clinic at 9 as well, which was fantastic. Really nice and great to be able to say, to pass on our gratitude and thanks to the whole team that work with Gilda EI. And I think they had quite a day. They have an all-women staff there, so I'm sure they were celebrating International Women's Day in this week as well. Yeah, what a week it's been. Incredible. And there are quite a few of you here this morning. Since before 7 o'clock, look, Deagle was in, actually watched yesterday's show during the night. So almost back-to-back gumping entertainment. So 15 minutes completed each day in 2022, learning the Portuguese. Fantastic. Try a bit on us, Deagle, in the chat. Why don't you? Wonder what song we're learning. Yes, this morning, of course, Feelgood Friday. Filomena Friday today. We've got a few lovely things for you, funny things for you before then. But of course, yes, it is Filomena Friday, Feel Good Friday, and it's always our pleasure to play this on those days as well. Oh, it's a bit slow today. What's going on here? Come on, DJ! Hang the DJ, hang the DJ, hang the DJ.
Filomena Friday.
That's better. Filomena Friday, of course. Oh, and after today's show, you know, the storm drain of the Good Morning Portugal show, we do have one last, the show is dead. Long live the show. We are moving the Bubble Off Centre show, which would normally take place, which will take place in 2 hours from now not on this platform, on other platforms, but it will be the last one of its kind because we're going proper radio show from Monday at 7:30 in the evening Portugal time so that we can play music. Isn't that great news? We're actually going to have a music show, and you can't do that on YouTube. Unless you're really rich and famous or you've agreed it with YouTube. And I think it's quite difficult to ring YouTube up and ask for permission, isn't it? And they're quite busy at the moment. 7:30 on Mixcloud /Barefoot Radio. If you want to request some music, hear some music, memes and merriment. Oh, and trivia, of course, with me and the T-Duck. But catch us at 10:30 today as well. So yeah, amazing week. Unwinding on Feel Good Friday. How's it going? How's everyone doing in the comments? Let's have one of these, shall we, as well? Because this was beautiful. Played this before. And I think this is going to be one of our favourite video jingles. Is that called a vingle?
Bom dia, alegria!
Bom dia, alegria!
Hehe.
It's that look at the end that's so good. Sorry, you won't see that on the podcast. It's worth watching the show to see the look on little Bianca's face there. Bon dia, alegria. So there you go. And we've got a couple of, these 2-minute tasters that Dougie has been supplying to us. We've got a couple of outtakes, which are hilarious. Very, very funny to share with you this morning of him. Getting stuck in, getting his feet wet, literally, whilst out there grabbing video for us. So who's in this morning? Let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, get your voice in good shape because we are going to be singing with Filomena. Let's play that sonic clue that she left with us yesterday. My goodness, where are you? Thank you all for the lovely messages. Really, really appreciate them. Where'd you get to, Filomena? In this lovely bulging mailbag of mine. So we are going to be singing. Here we go. Let's see if you can decipher this.
Olá, bom dia, alegria. Amanhã vamos cantar Lá vai uma, lá vão duas, três pombinhas a voar.
Of course.
Tchau, até amanhã.
Lá vai uma, lá vão duas, etc. Get your voice in good shape. Gargle. Suck on a doctor, whatever, or a saint, whichever is your favorite reposado. This morning, for me, I have replenished my Dr. Bayard's, but it was chocolate rings from. I'm not sure that's a good idea with my cup of tea. But who doesn't like a chocolate ring first thing in the morning? Okay, you're up early, Deagle. Bon dia todos. Off for a long walk this morning via the coffee shop. Nice one. That's our idea of training, isn't it, with the coach there? Hopefully catch you all later. Happy Friday. Thank you for popping in with that greeting. Matty, who was on the webinar last night. Great to see you there, mate. Hola, bon dia, alegria. Todos de Amsterdam. Feliz sexta-feira e bom fim de semana. Yes, sexta today. And bon dia from the prof. Oh, who's this in the YouTube picture there? Bon dia, Pew, Bonnie McGrew, Cuthbert, Dibble, Grub. What just happened on the Good Morning Portugal live stream? You had to be a British kid in the 70s to understand that. Would that have translated well into the American screen or onto the American screen, I wonder? Capital letters! Everyone can't stay as work beckons. Well, Mistress Work, you're not having me today. Have a great day. And remember, Man Cave tonight. Yeah, so just popping in for lots of people coming in to say they can't be here, which is very thoughtful, isn't it? But it means we can talk about them. Hello to all you gumpers from Baldilocks in California. How are you doing? And look, what's this now? Yes, today in Portuguese history with its very own Vingle there. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but I'm going to call them. They're video jingles, aren't they? They are Vingles here. So yes, thank you, Prof. Today in Portuguese history 1975, General Antonio Spinola's right-wing coup fails. This name, Antonio, keeps coming up. I mean, I live in a house that's got some azulejos outside. Santo It keeps coming up. It's a sign. But Antonio Spinola's right-wing coup fails. Thankfully, Spinola was the first post-revolution president, depending on your political persuasions. Spinola was the first post-revolution president from the 15th of May 1974 until his resignation on the 30th of September 1974. Also a pretty short post, wasn't it? Ian, I was up all night working. Hold on a minute. We'll come back to that because we haven't finished with Spinola and his discontent with the direction of the post-25 of April, 25th of 25 de Abril revolution changes and his inability to intervene politically to stop the Movimento de Forças Armadas program led to his resignation. Excuse me, and I don't think I did that justice, but you get the idea, don't you? Spinola's realignment with the forces of reaction and support for the failed push led to his exile in Brazil. His anti-communist network of terrorist bombers was responsible for the death of a priest. What is it about South America, where these sorts of folks disappear to? Incredible. His extreme swing did not, and we're not talking about the golf course here, his extreme swing did not affect his importance in the Carnation Revolution. In 1987, he was rehabilitated by President Mario Soares, who bestowed on him the Gran Cruz de Ordem Militar de Torre e Espada. I wonder what people thought of that. And yeah, that sounds a bit, that's sticking in my craw, and I don't know a lot about it. But this goes on, doesn't it? Politicians tend to look after, well, we all look after our own, don't we? And is that a little taste of it there? So thank you very much for that in this new Vingle Enhanced today in Portuguese history. Superb. And as you say, Pio, quite rightly deduced, gives me a chance to have a sip of tea. Tea Duck is in. My co-host at 10:30 this morning on the Bubble Off Centre live stream. Bom dia, alegria, campanação de mais dia chuvosa em Lisboa. So raining again, gosh, it poured down. I got a video of rain streaming off our balcony, our upstairs balcony last night. It was very romantic. Nice to be inside, though. My goodness. Morning to you, Taxi. No one else has asked me to communicate with their pets. I'm a little bit of a pet communicator on the QT. So if you want me to, some of it has to be silent, which doesn't make for very good radio or live stream, but I'm up for it. If you want me to say hello to your pets this morning. Wright and Carlin are in with us this morning. So we will come back to those gentlemen, those great American comedians and wits. And Jean is here as well. Bon dia, Gumpers. Good morning to you, Jean. How's it going there? Do let us know how you're settling in. Anything we can do for you. So today in Portuguese history 2, 1861, work on the Lisbon Astronomical Observatory starts. Observatory. Dom Pedro V contributed a large personal sum in 1861. I wonder what the tech would have looked like in that time. Bon dia, Gumpers. Bon dia, Gumpers Alegria. Looking forward to the sing-along this morning. Oh, excellent. Now, some do, some don't. And hoping you are all doing well. Counting down the days. How many is it? Now, this what are we calling it? Astronomy. No, it wouldn't have been called an astronomy center in those days. Hold on a minute. Where are we? Suddenly, a big pile of comments came in and threw me there. Okay, so the French architect, as you can see on your screen there, Jean-François Colson, based the design on the Pulkovo Observatory in St. Petersburg. So this is the Lisbon Astronomical Observatory. That's what I was reaching for. And it's now part of the University of Lisboa, the LAO, a bit like the OLP, the LAO, and among its many scientific purposes is to measure and maintain legal Portuguese time. All right. We'll go with your request there, Prof. But that's amazing, isn't it? Excellent stuff. And I imagine the technology's come on. Maybe that. No, I won't do that. You asked me not to. I won't. Anna Olsen, bon fin semana todos. Anna, that picture that we ended the show with yesterday. Got to give you a quick look at that again this morning. I'm quite taken by this picture. To me, it is the eye of the divine watching you. Watching you in the Algarve and everywhere. But it's an eye, isn't it? It's the eye in the sky, and you captured the gull flying across beautifully there. Anna, you're such a gifted photographer. That's superb. Thank you very much for that. And talking of eyes in the sky, we did show this yesterday, but this is so true, isn't it? There you go, with your UK and USA CCTV and neighborhood security systems, and that's how we roll in Portugal. What's that lady got on her head in the top right-hand corner there? And look, two of them on the bottom row, I spend so much time watching out of the window. They've actually put cushions to rest their elbows on. That's serious commitment, isn't it, to civility and discipline in the neighborhood. Superb. Thank you very much for that. I think that was T-Duck who sent that in yesterday. Okay. Keep those pics and, videos. Amazing. Growing. Oh, my goodness. DJ, Base, Orbit, and Swara. Your garden is amazing. I'm looking forward to meeting you real soon. Oh, and Lisa and Carlos, I'm glad you're in town. Looking forward to meeting you too. James Holly, Banana Slug Man himself. Thank you so much for your lovely message to me yesterday. Really made my day, warmed my heart, and I will get back to you on the message there. But I want to say a special good morning to you and thank you for that. Superb. Igualmente, mi amigo. Moaz is here as well. Bon dia, Carl. Todos. How you doing, Moaz? You got to check before you read a bleach comment out. Cool info, Eusebio. Reminds me I have to do a night sky shoot from the balcony. No euphemism, I hope. Just have to wait for the weather. There is hardly any light pollution. Fantastic. No pigeon emoji, but what's that about there? And bon dia, Filomena. ¿Cómo estás? Very good. You're a bit early, a bit premature on that, Moaz. Save that one. I'll put a star on it. And you get a star. You get a star this morning. We'll bring that back onto the screen when Filomena is here. James is here. Bon dia, Gumpers. Feliz sexta. Okay, tem feito. That's nice. That's a bit different, isn't it? That's kind of how you're hanging, I suppose, isn't it? How you keeping? What you up to? Very good. Surely, don't call me Shirley. There are a few time zones in Portugal as first lunch, second lunch, and third lunch are all at a different time. Indeed. And you get thrown, don't you? If you try and have a British dinner, or what do we call it? Dinner's at lunchtime, isn't it? Like dinner ladies. Going home and having my tea. I'm going to pop out for a bit of tea. No chance of that at 6 or 7 in the evening. The kitchen is barely hot here in Portugal, just as it should be. And look, yes, Jean chipping in with that as well. First pastel de nata, second pastel de nata. Exactly, the various time zones. I feel a meme coming on, I really do. Bom dia, Gumpers, from, a Feliz Sexta for the second time. Sexy Sexta time here on the Good Morning Portugal live stream. And you're saying hello to each other, which is very good, very polite. Bon dia, Gumpers. We are expecting water to fall from the sky over the next few days. Hallelujah! Rejoice! And is Sant Antonio, is that one of his many associations? I know he is the patron saint of lost things and small children. And he often carries some foliage with him. Maybe that's the clue that I'm seeing the sign. Sant Antonio is trying to give me a sign. Dimitri Martin, what? Quote of the day. The worst time to have a heart attack is during a game of charades. Not funny, but very funny. Pam's here. Bon dia to you, Pam. How are you doing? Oh, dear. Michelle's in as well from Australia. Bon dia, Carl. How are you, Michelle, this morning? And thank you for your lovely message as well. Those greetings passed on to one and all. Thunder, in my consulting career, says Sarah. Sarah Yerman of the bicycles, I actually have had to consult my phone to figure out what day it was, as well as what city I was in. Works better than reading the towels. Reading the towels. What's that? What does that mean? Is that referring to the hotel stay? If I've got 6 towels in my luggage, that means I've been away for 6 days, or just had one really good night in a hotel. Not that I would do anything like that. I was studying Portuguese. A friend tells me this is what goes on. Bathrobes, whatever, mini bar, the lot. I was studying Portuguese last night, and I had many questions for Filomena, but I forgot them today. Well, that's a relief, isn't it? Don't punish yourself for losing what is no longer important. Let's not call it loss of memory. Let's not call it a bad memory. Let's call it living in the moment, shall we? And I'll show you an outtake of someone living in the moment in just a minute. Neil Jean Jackson. That's not easy to say. Neil Jean Jackson. Changing the je sounds there, unless if I've got that correctly. But morning to you, Neil. We'll go with Neil. Hola, bon dia. How are you? And Jean as well. Hola, amigos. Feliz Sexta do New Jersey there. Changing accent halfway through a sentence as well. Probably quite badly too. She is a sweetie like her dad, says Michelle. Absolutely. Oh, Moaz, that girl is so cute. She is, and she's going to be a resident here on that Vingle for sure. It's so brilliant the way she looks at her dad, isn't it? Cindy B as well. Bon sexta-feira. Gumpers, how are you doing? And was yesterday's video Albufeira? Looked like it. I think it was the day before, wasn't it? But yes, it was. It was Albufeira. Oh, and I think you might be talking about Benson's box brownie slideshow as well. Yes, I think you were, and that was indeed Albufeira. So while we're down there, oh, hold on a minute. Suzanne Derringer, bon dia. I woke up 3:30 a.m. here. Sorry, quiet. Sorry, Suzanne. And trying to stay awake for the singing. I mean, you're not going to be popular with your neighbours. When they knock on the door, you could say, well, lucky I was up and singing when you come round at this hour. Yes, Diga, it was Albufeira. And yes, Trumpton, full marks to you, Chris Capricorn. Oh, and you sent me a video as well, didn't you? So we need the spelling of that place. And who doesn't like a Leslie's, what was it called, Chris? A Leslie's Delight. Fancy a Leslie's Delight, anyone? I love that McDonald's is open 24 hours. That's a bit random, isn't it? But yes, I suppose if you wake up at 3:30 in the morning, you're feeling a bit peckish and you've got nothing in, you can get the Uber Eats to drop some of that over at your place. Okay, so look at this. This is a bit of fun for this Feel Good Friday morning. 10 to 9 already. Filomena is going to be here soon and not a child in the house washed. Check it out.
Oh, no.
Ooh, dear. Yeah. Oh, here goes another one. Watch out, Dougie. Look at that coming in. That's so funny, isn't it? His sound effects as well. But not only that, this as well.
Not again. Oh.
Not again.
I never learn. I never learn.
What a sport. Second Wednesday of every month, folks. Dougie, you can remind him about that. I'm going to play that when he comes back next time. Oh, superb. Oh, and we got quite a lot of Vingle action this morning. We've also got this.
Warning. Warning.
Yes, you have been warned. In from. Oh, which was this in? Oh, okay, yeah. Guess the Gumper. Guess the dad joke making Gumper here. 100 years ago, everybody rode horses around, and only the wealthy could afford cars. Today, everybody drives cars, and only the wealthy can afford horses. Oh, how the stable. I should have left a longer pause there. Oh, listen, kids. Oh, how the stables have turned. Hey, you were warned. So dad jokes welcome here, but we will, for those of a delicate disposition, we will be warning you before we tee those up and knock them out of the park. And Garvo sent me one in the Birmingham vernacular, which is a real a proper howler it was. But I'm not sure if I don't think anyone would understand it. Maybe Garvo, if you tuned in, can you record it on WhatsApp and I'll play it with you reading it, because that'll be even funnier. Thank you very much, Francis. Francis was the guilty Gumper there with that dad joke. Okay, back to your lovely greetings and us all connecting up this morning. Superb. Suzanne's here. Trumpton, yes. Oh, that would mean something entirely different, wouldn't it? In the United States, of course. Little did they know in the 1970s what was going to happen more recently in America, giving a new meaning to the children's TV show Trumpton. Michelle, okay, so Moaz, we're reading your private correspondence here. Be a while for me. 3 senior Boston Terriers who have heart conditions were advised it's extremely risky for them to travel, so biding your time with those folks, those fellas and lads and lasses of the Boston Terriers there. What are their names, Michelle? Bon dia, kids. Benson's Box Brownie. Rain forecast for Praia de Rocha seems a bit overstated. It can't even work itself up to a drizzle. Erotic novel entry, James. Please don't miss that one. Late entry. Another one. Better late than never, Brian. Brian, what are you doing? Bon dia a todos. Scary to hear about Ukraine stories. Praying for peace on earth. Absolutely, Raj. At any time of human history, we're praying at some place or other, aren't we, for peace on earth? When are we going to learn, quite honestly? Elra Linda, good morning, all. Good morning, Elra. How are you? And when will Portugal? Oh, Shahidul Islam is here. When will Portugal launch a work? I think there's already one in place there, Shahidul. Have a chat with EI. Join us on a Monday when we answer such questions with the pros. Okay. Thanks for being here this morning. Do you think a weather report might be useful again at the moment? Thank you. You're no sooner suggested than acted upon. So let's do that. Thank you, Garva. Are you going to read that joke out in Brum for us? And then I'll play it on here. So do send that in. Oh, Gary, very good. Now, this is a Tuesday thing, really, when we like to big up the businesses. Oh, and I forgot about these fantastic photos. Can I, Gary? Sorry, mate, I missed these. So balcony shots, a few from Porto. I'm going to share these with you. These are fantastic to share with you today. I'm thinking after Filomena's gone, I'll share these. But Filomena, she tends to dig in, and she may well be right here till about 11:30 this morning, and not complaining about that. I'm just wondering how I'm going to squeeze everything in here. Balcony shots from Gary Orgles, which I completely overlooked, from Porto. He's such a good photographer as well. We've got so many gifted photographers. This guy's a pro, though, of course, and will be leading some photography workshops here in Portugal, desperately and quickly downloading all of your wonderful work here. Can I show it all? Can I show all those that you sent me from Porto, including the one with Stephanie in? Is that okay? Is everything that you sent me okay for publication there, Gary? And Rooster and Monkey Productions, I have posted, he says, the elements of the photography trip to Porto in June. Take a look and choose Pretty Porto. Okay, so I'm going to stick that. You can do that yourself as well, Gary. Be my guest. Let us know what you're up to. That's Gary Orgles. Gary Austin, if you can read that joke out and send it in, that'd be pretty amazing too. Okay, so weather report then. Not the band. We might play weather report on Monday evening in our new music and mirth and meme-based radio show on Monday evening from 7:30. But what this weather report is the weather report for what's going on with the rain, the much-needed rain, and it's rain all the way. I'm looking at the weather tech here. Let me bring it onto the screen so you can see it as well. Thank you for that idea, Gary. Austin, Garvo, and Gary the Fork over there in Alviagra. Lisbon, raining for the next 7 days. Porto, even in Fahrenheit, it's raining in Lisbon for the next 7 days. Porto, strangely enough, only for the next 6 days. Forecast there. In Coimbra, it's like April. There's 7 days of rain forecast in Coimbra. And Faro, even though it can't work itself up into a drizzle, and who doesn't like to work themselves up into a drizzle first thing in the morning, 7 days of rain is forecast. But you've still got lovely highs of 16 degrees in Faro. It's going to be lovely, isn't it, to go out, get out there in the bikini, which I plan to do, be rained upon. Let's have a look around the rest of the country. Aveiro, highs of 15 still, and raining for the next 7 days as well. Nice shout, Gary. This is good. Beja, 7 days of rain. Braga. Letting up on Monday, but raining again Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. Castelo Branco area, 15-degree high on Sunday. Raining, 7 days of rain. Évora, 7 days of rain. Leiria, 7 days. Well, 7 days of rain there too. Santarém. You get the picture. 7 days of rain pretty much all around Portugal. A very rainy week in prospect. A Viseu, finally. If you go to this page, actually, let me give you the link for this so you can look at it yourself at any time, because the other districts there, all 20 districts and autonomous regions are there. But I think fair to say, in one word, rain. So thank you, Garvo, for that. Good shout, mate. And Filomena will be here soon. I'm wondering what I've forgotten. And I need to hear from Gary as well, if it's okay to show those pics. If not, we'll carry them forward to Monday. But details there of his wonderful photography trip. I'm going to load them into the picture deck, though, so I won't forget them again. Beautiful balcony shots and others from Gary Orgles there. Superb. So what's happening back in the comments here this morning? And hey, look at this. Hey, Carl, I'm back on Facebook after 1 year. That's a long ban. Thought I was out, but it pulled me back in. Can we just take a moment to realize that 2 years ago today, we were experiencing the last normal week before all this utter madness. Much love to you and Louise. Oh, thank you very much. That's great to hear from you, mate. Lots of love to you both as well. That's fantastic to hear from you. Wonderful. Welcome back. And yeah, you're what just happened? What just happened? And what's happening now? It's incredible, isn't it? It's quite incredible, the times that we live in. Not for the faint-hearted, but it could be the making of us, could it not? Portuguese, it's great to see you back, Paul. Portugal people are sweet, says Raj. I attended an astronomy workshop here, attended by 7 uni students, and they did it for my sake in English. Lovely people, absolutely. Isn't that incredible? And I hope you picked up a bit of Portuguese while you were there as well, Raj. No curtain twitching required. Absolutely not. No twitching whatsoever. Straight out there. Get your cushions. Get your elbows on the windowsill. We are seeing what's going on in the neighborhood. And this is the picture that Michelle is referring to there. Amazing. And yes, Jean agrees with you there, Raj, about the Portuguese people. I found that to be true everywhere I went. Isn't that lovely to hear? And isn't that even better to experience? Isn't it an incredible thing? Aren't we so lucky? Went to a fortune. Watch out. No, we can't just have that read out without some of this, can we? You get one of these, Mr. Austin.
Warning.
Feelgood Friday, everybody. Went to a fortune teller the other day and she said, "How are you?" And I said, "I don't know. You tell me." Oh, Gary. And bon dia, thank God it's Friday from Gary Orgles, the aforementioned there. I call a sudden downpour God flushing. Yes, that's a pretty good description, isn't it? And sometimes the furniture gets moved about and the lights are flashed on and off, right? Lots of towels in the American hotels say something like Hilton Chicago or whatever. It's a kind reminder to those who desperately need one. Yes, indeed. I mean, and rather than the branding putting people off from taking them, I think it's like memorabilia, of course, isn't it? Bon dia, alegria, Sarah Smith. Good morning. How are you, Sarah? Snowing in southern US later today. My goodness. So it's raining here and snowing in the southern United States. A bit random. Yes, that's us. I'll take that quote. That's a testimonial for this live stream. A bit random. And always have a towel. I think referring to Dougie there. The risks of filming waves from the beach. And you can hear the wet socks squelching in the sandals in your head after Doug's videos. Yes, he could well be a socks and sandals guy, right? Those who have learned from history are damned to watch those who haven't. Repeated it, me. Yeah, that's right. And this was a bit of correspondence, very similar to the correspondence I had with Eusebio. Yep. And that's why we have today in Portuguese history, folks, so that we can study ourselves as human beings. Any road, history in the making here, because we are singing again this morning. And here to lead us in that, hold on a minute, where's the jingle gone now? I should stick it on my jingle deck and improve my technology, shouldn't I? But we're not going anywhere until this has been found and played. And here it is, everybody.
Filomena Friday.
Oh, Filomena Friday. We're singing already because she is here.
Olá, olá, bom dia, alegria. Tudo bem?
I was in a car park yesterday. I said tudo bem to the man who was sweeping up around the car park. And he just said to me, when I said, contigo, he said, bang. Bang. It's okay just to say a simple bang like that.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me. That's what he said to me, and I felt quite proud of him.
You could just say tudo.
Tudo. Yeah, and also I've noticed people say tudo, tudo. So is it that all is good? All is good with that. Okay, tudo. And look at this. Boaz wants to say hello to you as well. Bom dia, Filomena. Como estás?
Olá, bom dia. Estou bem, obrigada.
So good to see you. How are you, Filomena?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. Estou bem, obrigada.
Good.
Although my husband has been in hospital, as you know. My husband has been in hospital for 3 weeks, but now he's back home. So things are getting a bit better now.
So glad to hear he's on the mend. So lots of love to him and to all the family, of course, for a speedy recovery. So yeah, a difficult few weeks, but yeah, going in the right direction now by the sound of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Excellent. If you don't mind, I would like to thank Jerry for this lovely present. Yes. Thank you, Jerry. Yeah. Saúde.
Oh, very good, very good. So you got one of those now. That's good news. Excellent stuff. I will. I'm seeing Jerry tomorrow. I will pass that on to Jerry tomorrow. If he's a bit of a lurker. There are people who lurk and never say anything, and I think Jerry's in that camp of people who watch. So we are singing today, are we not, Filomena?
We are singing for a change.
Well, it's raining already. We can't be accused of making it rain with our singing because it looks like there's 7 days of rain coming to Portugal next week.
Well, we really need some rain. We really need it. Yeah.
It's so true. So true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, before we get started with that, and I know people at home are exercising their vocal cords, sucking on a Dr. Bayard, gargling with honey, whatever they're doing. I've been eating these. These are my from Intermarché, my
Bumbleitos.
This is the cheap version, the own brand of the chocolate ring, which I rather like. I don't know if it's conducive to singing or not, but was there anything because last time you were here, you had a long list of notes.
Yes, I did. I did a long list of answers to people who had asked before. And because 2 months ago, we didn't have enough time to answer those. But it was a very long list. Yes, it was. But not this time. I don't have any list today.
Well, that's okay. Fair enough. Just wondered. Look, Jerry's not lurking. He's working, not lurking. Glad to hear it, Jerry. And you're very welcome, Filomena. He must have heard his name. There you go. Isn't that superb? But delighted that Filomena is there, Jerry. Full and speedy recovery to Mr. P, Filomena from Banana Slug.
Obrigada. Muito obrigada.
That comes from all of us here, of course. So any questions for Filomena? Of course, she's here.
Yes, please, because I have no list today. So
no list today. Okay, fantastic.
But although I don't have a list, I would like to remind you all that the Careto de Pudense, remember last time when we spoke about Carnival?
I so
and
do.
this little, this outfit.
Hold on a minute. Let's just zoom right into that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic? Can you
This
hold into the
is-
camera again? Because I want to take a screenshot of this. This is really good. This is like a puppet show as well. What would he be saying?
Well,
it's like a TV show for children. Oh, what's that say, Mr. Carito?
So this is Careto, right?
Yeah.
Careto de Pudense. I have spoken about it last month and also before, because I had already mentioned it before. That's right. That is Intro do Chocalheiro. And do you know where they are today?
Well, I was thinking that the outfits would be at the dry cleaners by now. Huh?
They are in the Expo Dubai.
No way.
They are. So they took the plane early yesterday. On Thursday, very early, they took the plane to go to Dubai, and tomorrow they are performing in the Expo Dubai. So if you are near Dubai, it's your opportunity to go and see these wonderful outfits of Careto de Pudense.
Yeah.
And you know, these are the bells.
Yeah.
That they shake the bells, and that is the chocalhar. Chocalhar is to shake the bells. And chocalhar. That's why it's Intro do Chocalheiro, because of the bells, right? These bells.
Okay. Yeah, the
and
shakers.
do you know what this is?
Well, that's oh no. Is that a donut on the end there?
No, it's not a donut, but it's a sausage. Do you remember?
Oh, of course. Yes, of course it is. It's all about the wooden sausages over there, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you remember when we spoke about alheira?
Yes, I do. Is that the type of sausage it is?
This is alheira. Yeah, this is the alheira, because it's the typical sausage from Bragança, from Mirandela, and also from that area. So Pudense is it belongs to Macedo de Cavaleiros, which belongs to Bragança, right? So it's in the district of Bragança, up north in the north of Portugal. This Careto, apart from the outfit, is also promoting the local alheira.
That's amazing. And there's an incredible backstory with the alheira, of course, isn't there?
Because because of the Jews that pretended to be Christians. Yeah,
that's right. So I mean, in the time of the Inquisition, they of course wouldn't be eating a pork sausage, so they made a chicken sausage.
Yeah.
And when the Inquisitors were passing by and they saw sausage hanging by the fireplace, nothing to see here. Move on.
Yeah, because they had sausages, so everything was okay. So, but of course, this sausage is a different sausage. It has no pork, and so it's basically chicken. So it was a way to trick the situation. Yeah,
that's incredible. So a lot going on there then. So if you're in Dubai, I mean, I hope they're in an air-conditioned environment, because that's a hot outfit to be wearing.
It is very hot, because this is to be worn in February, the last weekend of February. Although the village has got less than 200 inhabitants in Pudense, there are less than 200 people living there. But the last weekend of February, so Carnival, they had about 50,000 visitors.
What?
50,000 visitors coming from all over the country, from Spain, from the US also. So they had...
Filomena, you inspired a bus tour there. So we had Lonnie and Ralph organised a bus trip there. So we spoke to and they sent us an incredible video of the burning, the Burning Man at the end of it as well.
Yeah, the big fire. Yeah.
I mean, little did they know that they would be invited to Dubai. What an amazing thing! So, are they all Pudense, the people who are off to Dubai, or are these professional performers?
Yes, Pudense, and Macedo de Cavaleiros. Yes, yeah.
Okay, so the people of the Amazing.
Yes, the main, let's say, the man that is ahead of everything is Antonio Carneiro. So he's very passionate about Careto and his village, and he promotes everything he can about Careto. And of course, the mayor from Macedo de Cavaleiros also, but from the village itself, Antonio Carneiro is the main man, the leader. Yeah.
Incredible. Okay, so we'll talk a little bit more about the Caritas because people want to. But Owen wants a mug as well, Jerry. So if you bring me a mug tomorrow,
You deserve it, Owen.
Yeah, they are available as merchandise, but we need to have the chef have one of those in his hands when he's cooking, which I think is that next Wednesday. We'll be coming to you, Owen, for a bit of live cooking, or certainly talking about food culture, possibly wine as well, here in Portugal. Looking forward to that, to the next slot for that, Owen, and the amazing Austin brothers. Elra says, I don't think people in Dubai are going to like the Caritos harassing their women. I suppose that's one interpretation of what they do, isn't it?
Yes, probably they are not. So probably not. Probably they are just grabbing the women they take with them, maybe.
Yes, that's probably a safer option. And Moaz wishes you were in Dubai to go to the Dubai Expo and see Portugal's pavilion there. And James can't get this out of his mind either. Sticks on bums and sausages on sticks. There's a little bit of fertility ritual going on there, isn't there? I mean, you don't have to be too switched on to see that. Okay, and I just checked, says Moaz, Dubai is 89 Fahrenheit, 32 degrees centigrade right now, and it's only midday there. So, be careful, Carita. Stay hydrated.
Yes, they should.
Stay hydrated. And be careful who you swivel your hips against there.
Yeah. Well, I advise our friend Louise, because Louise usually watches the program too. Louise lives in Abu Dhabi, so she can go to Dubai and she can be shaken by the careers.
She can be shaken and tapped gently on the bottom with a stick or a chicken sausage with permission, of course. Always get permission, and maybe send us a selfie stick.
Yes, maybe.
Selfie stick with a chicken sausage hanging on the end of it. Okay, we have a question for you already, Moaz. Oh, we did remember. He thought he'd forgotten his questions for you. Don't worry, everyone. We will sing, everybody. I'm not delaying it for any reason other than it's the high point and climax of us being together this morning, of course. On a multiple choice quiz from the Practice Portuguese website, one of the choices was, I uso un taco. Does it mean I use a taco? I don't think so. The quiz was about Portuguese pronouns. So if you're talking tacos in Portugal, what are you talking about?
Eu uso un taco. Well, un taco can be also a stick. So, for example, when you play pool, right? To play pool, you use un taco to to play to put the ball forward. I don't know, to play with a taco. You use that. So taco in this case is more or less like this. More or less like this.
All roads lead to the Caretos this morning. That's
yes.
Okay. So, hope that helps, Moaz. Any other questions? Not just about language, about culture as well. How to fit in, how to be Portuguese, be more Portuguese whilst you're here. Elra, still chuckling, I think, this morning. Only two situations where you say, quick, hide the women, they're coming. A Viking raid and the arrival of the Caretos.
Yes.
Oh, Rebel Mama, taco means bat as well. So stick, bat, a wooden implement of any kind. Okay. So Americans, don't be asking where you can get a good taco, unless, of course, that is what you want. Show that Gumper love. Fondle the like button for Carl and Filomena this morning. Thank you, Cindy B.
Obrigada.
In that way. And an incoming joke, it's not a dad joke, this is pretty sophisticated, actually. A priest, an imam, and a rabbit walk into a bar. Bartender says, okay, I'll play along. What'll it be, Bugs? Rabbit says, I've no idea. I'm only here because of autocorrect. That was my Bugs Bunny, by the way. And that's a good joke. That's a good joke.
Yes,
unlike some others here this morning. Okay, so should we study the lyrics then this morning?
Probably, yes. Mm-hmm.
Probably.
It's better to study a little bit, the lyrics.
Yes, Be prepared. Be
Lá
prepared.
vai uma, lá vão duas, right?
Okay, so what are we? What are these?
Yeah.
Yes, wait.
What does it mean? Lá vai uma, lá vão duas. So, lá, first of all, lá is there, right?
Yeah.
There, over there. So, lá vai is the verb to go. Goes, there goes, vai. Uma, you know, uma.
Yes, one. So there goes one.
One.
Yes.
In the feminine form, lá vai uma, there goes one. Lá vão duas. There go, in the plural, vão, go, duas.
Duas.
Two. So there goes one, there go two. And we are speaking about doves, right?
Of course we are, yeah.
So, because March is the beginning of spring, and also, again, because the careto is also...
What's he doing now?
Because the careto is also celebrating the arrival of spring, because it's all about celebrating the end of winter, and that's why the colorful colors, right? The colorful colors, because of the spring, is...
Hold on. Let's get this right. Yeah, and of course, fertility, springtime fertility. The sap is rising as well, as you can tell from the sausages and the wood that is being toyed with here.
This is all about celebrating spring. And so, thinking of spring, I thought maybe this song about the doves, right, to celebrate spring, right? Well, there is always a reason, Carl. Nothing is random. There is always a reason.
And also doves of peace, very appropriate. We can co-opt these as doves of peace, which we want in our time as well, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So
yes,
of fantastic. Course. Multi-purpose doves this morning.
So let's go to the lyrics. And the lyrics are: lá vai uma, lá vão duas. As we have said, there goes one, there go two. Três pombinhas a voar. Três, you know.
Yes, of course.
Three, right? Pombinhas, you know these inhas, right? Like a Carlitos.
Yes.
So, pombinhas is little doves. Three little doves.
Yeah.
Voar, flying. A voar.
Okay. A voar.
Uma é minha. One is mine.
Yeah.
Outra é tua.
Outra é tua.
The other one is yours.
Sim.
Outra é de quem a apanhar. So, another one is of whoever catches it, right? So, lá vai uma, lá vão duas, três pombinhas a voar. Uma é minha, outra é tua, outra é de quem a apanhar. Of course, when we say de quem a apanhar, we say it quicker, and it say de quem a apanhar. So the two A's, the two A's just they get together there. De quem a apanhar. Then a criada lá de cima. What is criada? Do you know criada? The maid, because it's the old-fashioned maid. A criada.
Oh, okay, criada, a maiden.
Lá de cima, up there, right?
Yes.
The maid up there, lá de cima, é feita de papelão. Well, don't ask me who wrote these lyrics, because it doesn't make any sense, but é feita de papelão is made of cardboard.
Of course she is. The maid up there is made of cardboard.
I mean, the maids are always made of cardboard. Quando vai fazer a cama, when she goes fazer a cama, to make the bed, when she goes to make the bed, diz assim para o patrão. She says like that to her boss.
You said nothing's random. This is completely random, Filomena. This song.
Yeah.
And actually, before you go any further, I'm just putting the music up there. So anyone like Jerry might want to get his guitar and accompany us this Then again, he might not. But anyone who, I mean, that looks like quite any competent musician will probably be able to read that, won't they? And play along.
They can play along. So, and then sete. Now it's about numbers, right? For children to know the numbers.
Yes.
Sete e sete são 14.
Yeah.
Seven and
mate.
7 are 14.
Yeah.
Com mais 7, 21.
Another 7 makes 21.
And another 7, 21. Tenho 7 namorados.
Tenho 7 namorados.
What is that? Tenho 7 namorados.
Take 7 boyfriends, is that right?
I have 7 boyfriends.
Yes.
E não gosto de nenhum.
And they don't like anything.
I don't. Right? Gosto. I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them.
7 boyfriends and not a single one.
Not a single one that I like. No. So
well, what has this done? What has this done to the minds of Portuguese children? I wonder. Who've had to learn this. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
to be selective, to be choosy in your choice of partners. Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Okay.
So let's sing, isn't it?
Oh, okay. Oh no! Before we do that, because we want to see how people are responding to the lyrics already.
Okay.
It's good, isn't it? Because we're conjugating here and we're doing numbers as well. There's something in this for everybody.
And we are having the verb to go, goes and go, the singular and plural. We are dealing with numbers. Uma, duas, três, sete, 14, 21. So lots of numbers. And we also have, for example, minha and tua, mine and yours. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. I got you now. This is why Prof was talking about, or the closest he could get to a dove with his emoji and another acid trip of lyrics. But I hope you'll be singing nonetheless. We do have other questions to come back to. So maybe we'll do one round of singing, then we'll go to a few questions, and then we'll sing it again once it's sunk into the subconscious.
Well, this is the traditional children's songs. I mean, I'm not to blame. It's like this.
No, it's not your fault. It's not you, it's the system. Again, 7 boyfriends, sticks thrown at cats. Just love the Portuguese education.
I think Peter is obsessed with those sticks thrown at cats. Yeah,
he is, isn't he? He does tend to talk about it.
He is obsessed.
He's shocked. He's shocked. To be fair, he's shocked by it. I think. It's the same thing with Portuguese. We learn standard Portuguese in language schools and not the spoken Portuguese. But yeah, I've never heard anyone say any of this in a cafe. Although maybe the last line, there may be a woman I've overheard.
Yeah, I have 7 boyfriends and I like none of them.
I think I did hear that in Central Portugal. Right. Okay. So hit it. Let's go.
Okay.
What's the tune? What is the tune?
Lá vai uma, lá vão duas, 3 pombinhas a voar. Uma é minha, outra é tua, outra é de quem a apanhar. A criada lá de cima é feita de papelão. Quando vai fazer a cama, diz assim para o patrão: 7 e 7 são 14, com mais 7, 21. Tenho 7 namorados e não gosto de nenhum.
Nenhum. That's not a bad little tune to get your head round. I've never heard that before. And it felt very familiar to me, as though I were a Portuguese child in a past life. So can we do that one more time? And then we'll come back to it as a rousing finale. And we want everyone to be involved. Do not be shy, folks, because there will come a time when you're in Portuguese company where you can mention this, or if you find yourself with 7 boyfriends, the usefulness of this.
You never know, right?
You never know. Okay. So one more time.
So, lá vai uma, lá vão duas, 3 pombinhas a voar. Uma é minha, outra é tua, outra é de quem a apanhar. A criada lá de cima é feita de papelão. quando vai fazer a cama, diz assim para o patrão: 7 e 7 são 14, com mais 7, 21. Tenho 7 namorados e não gosto de nenhum.
Oh, it's a beauty. That's really, really nice. Thank you, Filomena, for that. Well done, everybody who sang along at the moment. Look at that. Bravo! You almost got a bouquet thrown on the stage there. Superb. Okay, so we'll be doing that again. Prepare yourself, gargle, whatever it is you want to do. Full voice. Open your vowels this morning, everybody, and sing along with us when we come back after a few more questions.
And any questions? Yes, any questions? Yeah.
Absolutely. And one coming in. So, I'll leave that on the screen there, so people can see that because it's not really getting in the way. It's a nice adornment to our screen this morning. What's the name of the dialect in your region then? So, why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
No, because we don't have a dialect here.
You say.
So I don't know. I don't know why. Oh, but she is asking Rebel Mama. Okay. She's asking Rebel Mama. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Dialect. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's in the north because we learnt a bit of Gallego yesterday.
Well, in the north, well, actually, we can't say there are dialects in terms of language. There is a different language which is Mirandês. It's not from Miranda do Corvo, but it's from Miranda do Douro. In the north, near the border to Spain. Gallego words in that, yeah. Okay. But in the north, they do have a different language in Miranda do Douro, which is called Mirandês. It's not a dialect; it's a different language, and the children learn it at school. But I don't know anything. I don't know. I don't know that language. Yes, it's. But apart from that, we don't actually have dialects. We just have different pronunciation on words and things like that. But it's not as different as a dialect. No.
Okay. Thank you for that. More questions and suggestions. Look at this. Hola, bom dia, todos. Faixa do dia is Sister Sledges. We are family. After watching the most informative Nile Rodgers documentary on BBC Two last night, I'd recommend that. He's an amazing man, Noel. But look at this. I'd love Filomena to sing this in Portuguese. So that would be Somos Familia. Tenho mi familia.
Somos familia.
Somos familia. See, it's not that difficult, Chris.
But if I may, because I'm here as a language teacher, so he said, "Olá, bom dia, todos."
Oh, yes.
And that word doesn't exist. Todos doesn't exist. Okay. So there is the word tudo. Yeah. Just with an O at the end, not an S. So just an O. Tudo. Tudo. Yeah. And that means everything. Okay. So there isn't a word such as everything's. Right. No, it's not todos. He meant todos. Todos.
Of course, that's
right.
Todos,
right?
Yes, so tudo. It means
it's
like
not todos, but todos. Todos is all, everybody. Okay. Hello, good morning to everybody. So this should be todos with an O, and not that word doesn't exist, but the singular form tudo means everything.
In tudo bem. That's right. So
yes, everything tudo bem. Everything okay?
Yes, well, and I was very proud of myself, and I did a little bit of teaching in a Portuguese school, and I was able to start by saying "Olá, bom dia, todos," because I heard other people saying it. Now, of course, there's two A's in there. There's dia, and then it's a todos, isn't it?
Todos. Bom dia a todos. Yeah.
But it collapses together when you say
it. Bom dia a todos. Bom dia a todos.
Bom dia a todos. Okay, fantastic. So there you go, Chris. A friendly and kindly rap on the linguistic knuckles there for you, but a great suggestion. Somos familia there, and I think a few of us should translate and learn that and perform it at our big weekender meetup that we'll probably have in the Algarve at some point which will feature music by Nile Rodgers, no doubt. That is going to be a hell of a party when it comes together, with Owen on the grill as well. So a few of us will want to be on the ones and twos on the wheels of steel. Owen there cooking it up, cooking up a storm. It's going to be fantastic. Portuguese wine, Portuguese food. I'm going to stop now before I get myself too excited. Filomena, hola, bom dia, senora, tutor professora. I am having trouble because so much of what people say here is not what I am learning from the lessons I am taking. Just keep talking to locals. Is that the clue? Is that? I mean, we do observe this. We have to say as foreigners, Filomena. In the book it says all this. There's a whole page of saying, good morning. How are you? I would like a cup of coffee, please. And then all that is in real life is someone goes into a cafe and says, coffee. That's it.
Yeah, but that happens in every language. I mean, even for foreigners learning English, I mean, you might learn how to say, I would like a cup of coffee. And then you just hear people,
coffee makes is a coffee. Well,
but it happens in every language. But this trouble that she's having, understanding what people say, it might not be just because it's too different from what's on the book, but it's probably because the way people speak, because they speak faster, they link everything together, right? So the words are linked together, and then sometimes you think it's one word and it's 2 or 3 words, and and also because people skip some syllables, right? They don't pronounce, because, for example, when the song, when we sang the song, I pronounced it slowly, right? But of course, if you sing it in a normal speed, let's say, it's a bit different because you don't pronounce every syllable, right? You don't pronounce it like that. So, of course, if you listen, and of course, the best advice is keep talking to locals, keep listening, mainly listening, and then, of course, talking to locals. Because there are always expressions that are more common in certain parts of the country, or for example, in the village or in the city, people use different expressions sometimes. So it's natural that she can find some expressions that are not familiar because they are not on the book, but they are probably more local. So yes, but it's not so much because it's too different from the book, but it's because the way they pronounce the words might be a bit difficult to understand.
Well said. And it must be difficult, I think, writing a language book, mustn't it? Because it's like, what do you put in and what do you leave out? It's a bit like a map, isn't it? A map is not the territory. A map is a representation, isn't it, of a place. And when you get there, it doesn't look anything like the shapes on the page. It's real life, isn't it? And it's the same with a language, I think.
And
guide, isn't it? It's not definitive.
Yes, and I also use some books, of course, and the books that are produced in Lisbon, for example, they have some expressions that are said like that in Lisbon and not in the rest of the country. But I always say to people that, okay, this is the way they say it in Lisbon, and here, for example, we say a different way. But that happens.
Have you got an example? Because in Lisbon, do they say, "Bring me a plate of lettuce," for example, the Alfacinas?
No, but if you want a beer, for example, if you want a glass of beer, you say, "Queria uma imperial."
Sim.
Queria uma imperial in Lisbon, and here, for example, we say "Queria fino."
Yeah, fino.
We can also say, of course, "Queria uma imperial," and everybody understands what an imperial is. But fino is the way we ask here, and uma imperial, for example. And this happened to me in Lisbon. I had already asked queria fino. I said queria fino, and then they go, uma imperial. Right? Because they usually say uma imperial, right? That is just an example. And for example, tennis shoes. right? The
What?
trainers.
Yeah.
Trainers.
Yeah.
You have in Lisbon, they call it tennis, right? Tennis.
Yes, my goodness.
And here we usually call it sapatilhas because
Sapatilha.
sapatos, do you know the word sapatos, right?
Do yeah,
Shoes.
yeah. Yeah,
And
yeah.
so sapatilhas are trainers.
I
Sapatilhas. But
see.
in Lisbon, they usually say tennis. And
Oh,
again, also, if you say tennis here, everybody understands, but it's just two different words.
and they know who they're dealing with suddenly. Oh, okay, here we go. A Lisboeta, an Alpha Sigma. Yeah, coming over here with their fancy ways. Yeah, and of course, with the beer thing, if you're in the Algarve and you're British, it's Carry uma caneca, isn't it?
Uma caneca, yes. Uma caneca, it's like this one.
So that's the big beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go. There's the regional differences. That's really good to know. Suddenly, I remember a question that I had. Do you know this is what people do throughout the month when you're not here? They're thinking, "Oh, I must ask Filomena when she's
Yes.
next," and they forget. And here's one that matters.
Take note of everything.
Absolutely. Are there free language trainings for immigrants and expats in Portugal, in Germany, as well as in the Netherlands? Those are paid by the government to stimulate integration. So
Yes.
the Portuguese government also stimulating integration, aren't they?
Yes, there are free language trainings. Yes, they are yes also paid by the government, and they are organized by Instituto do Emprego e Formação Profissional. Instituto do Emprego e Formação Profissional. So if you look up on their webpage, for example, of Instituto do Emprego e Formação Profissional, then you can find out where they are holding some courses. So usually they take place, sometimes in a primary school or in any institution for example, in a library, or according to the facilities they have in the village or in the town or in the city. So yes, you can look up there for free courses. Yes.
Okay, very good. There you go, Matty. I imagine Matty will be enrolling. Great way to meet local people as well, of course, isn't it? And boost your local network.
Although the local people are not attending the courses, right?
That's the point. That's the point. So they're teaching them.
But the teacher might be local. Yeah.
Yes, because I guess if a Portuguese person is there, you're thinking, hold on a minute, what
is she doing here?
What's going on here? I'm at B1 levels as well as in French, but can't understand movies or TV series at all because the French speak argot, not the standard French. We only learn standard French from language schools. Yeah, I mean, there is a difference, isn't it? And I suppose people with language books do want to teach a kind of official version, don't they? Otherwise, it might seem a bit colloquial or slangy, and then it has to be classified as such, I think. But yeah, I think this is a common thing about languages all over the world.
Yes, and English too. I mean, in English too.
Oh, yeah. Good heavens, yeah, English. I mean, what a nightmare. Easy when you know how, but I mean, frustrating. I'm sure, infuriating when you think, hold on. So that's cough and that's bow and oh my goodness, I give up. Okay, so Moaz, thank you very much for that. I'm sure there are other questions coming in as well as applause for the earlier singing. we will
Obrigada.
do again. Okay. How do you score this writing Portuguese lyrics to children gig? It makes Fingermouse and Button Moon look so sane. Well, Trumpton, Fingermouse, and Button Moon, some more British classics there. Yeah, and ask at Junta de Freguesia, I think, as well.
Yeah, you can also ask, yes.
Okay. The closer you get, as an observation, you are to the borders. The language just gets mixed. It's not a dialect. It's just how people talk in the everyday because they learn the official Portuguese as the whole country.
Yes.
Now, talking of dialects and English, accent versus dialect. We have a special.
Yes.
Before you spoke a little bit of Brummie.
Oh, God.
No, you were very, very good, I have to say. And I need to preface this next insertion into the show with this.
Warning.
Oh, no! Yes, I'm afraid so. Dad joke alert. Now, we're going to the land of the Peaky Blinders. And I think Gary has delivered a joke to us in the Brum dialect, Brummy. I don't know what academics call it, but this is especially for you, recorded this morning, hot off the Brummy press this morning. Here's Garvo.
Two black country friends were sitting on the canal one day, fishing together. Enoch turns to Eli and says, I caught a whale in here last week. Eli says, a whale? What did you do with it? Enoch says, I had to put it back because it wasn't any good. It didn't have any spokes in it.
Now, where's my tumbleweed? Winkle. He put the whale back because he didn't have any spokes in it. Thank you, Garbo, for that. Very well received. Enoch and Eli. I've not heard those Brummy names before. Oh, now there's a thing as well. If we bring that back to the Portuguese, are there particular names that are popular? Because, I mean, I suppose the first thing to note about Portuguese names, thank you, Garbo, for that, is that there is an official book from which Portuguese names are chosen. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes, you are either allowed or not allowed to give your child certain name.
And that's relaxing a little bit now, isn't it? I think.
Yes, now it's a lot more, it's a lot easier to have a, let's say, a foreign name or
yes.
But a few decades ago it was quite hard to give a strange name that was not on the list.
Which is amazing, isn't it? But it also made it a little bit easier for parents, didn't it? Here's a list. It's not a book.
Yeah, choose from this list.
yeah, that's right. And so those names generally the same around Portugal, or are you likely to meet more Joaos or Nunos in certain parts of Portugal?
No, I would say that it's more or less the same in the whole country. Although sometimes the differences are older people and younger people, right? Okay. You are more likely to find older people named Manuel, for example, or Joaquim, or things like that. And now you find the Tiago and the Diogo and other names that are usually, Antonio and Maria, yes. But now you have other names that are more, used now to younger people.
Okay. Well, fascinating. That there was a list of names, and that things are relaxing a bit now. And I'm sure, decades ago, as you say, if you did have a different name, if your parents insisted on it, that would have made you quite a standout sort of person, having a very different name. From the list.
Even when my daughter was born, so she's 27 now, and her name is Jessica.
Yeah.
And at the time, for my mother, for example, when she was born, my mother had a piece of paper with her all the time with the name on it, because people asked her, "What's the name of your granddaughter?" And she, okay. Wait a minute, I'm going to see. Wow. Because for her, Jessica was quite unusual, unfamiliar to her. And so she always had to have a piece of paper with the name of her granddaughter because she couldn't remember the name. But Jessica was not very usual. Nowadays it is, but it wasn't at that time, 27 years ago.
Incredible. There's a Kippertoy joke in here somewhere from Noddy Holder, which I can't find right now. Again, that's in the Brummy vernacular, which I think that's had a real boost from the Peaky Blinders franchise, which I believe. Have we got the new Peaky Blinders series yet in Portugal? I wonder. I would make time to watch that. Asger Valgardsson is here. If you could please put the English translation of the song in the chat at some point, that would help, so we could review later on. Obrigada. That might have to be a show notes thing. I don't know how quickly we can type that in, but yes,
we can do that later. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, bless you there with that, Filomena. Okay, let's see what else people are saying, or what else they are asking. I love a Filomena correction. What he loves about that is seeing someone else get a Filomena correction. I think it's not. It's so
no,
great
but I think it's just to help you to improve, isn't it? It's not a criticism. It's just to help you to improve.
Indeed. In Birmingham, a dialect is something from Doctor Who. A dialect with a sink plunger, a whisk and a gear knob sticking out of it. The lyrics are worth staying up for. 4:30 in the morning in the Washington, D.C. area. Can you imagine that? If you're very quiet in the Washington, D.C. area at the moment, you can hear Suzanne singing her heart out. And
Lá vai uma, lá vão duas.
Security. There's a woman singing in Portuguese at 4:30 in the morning. She must
And
be
with a strange lyric also.
She's got 7 boyfriends in there. So it's practice with a practice target. 4 more of us, so you're ready next season. What's that? And loving Filomena. So this was Chris who got the correction this morning. You always love the strict teachers. They're the ones that get you across the line at the end of the academic year. It's tough love. It's tough love, everybody. Learning Portuguese is actually learning 2 languages, the written and the spoken. Yeah, I think that is true. And like we said before, it's true of most languages.
That is valid for every language.
Yeah. If I want to greet everyone in the live chat, is it correct to say, Gumpas, como estão? Very good. So what's the plural of how are you all? Is that good?
Muito bem, muito bem.
Oh, you got a muito bem. You got a muito bem. I think we've still got that, but we don't use it very often. But we got one. There we go.
Muito bem.
Cobwebs off that. And there it is. You got one of those this morning. We live for those. Oh, that's superb. Okay, so that is correct. And I'm just going to put that on there to so that people can see that. So, como estão for that. And there's another example. Obrigado or obrigado, as they say. Yeah, I've learned that now. Yeah. And instead of bon dia, be dia as well.
Dia, bon dia.
Dia.
That happened, as I said, that happens everywhere. For example, about the good morning, because when I was in Germany, because I studied in Germany too, but when I was in Germany, also I remember people just saying morgen instead of guten Morgen. So they was just saying morgen, kind of sleepy greeting, morgen. So it's the same all over.
I've got a question, but we've got an emergency here. David's in the country now. The electrician is here, and he doesn't speak English. Do you want to get? If I send you the link, David, shall we do a live conversation? I mean, he might not want the publicity, but you know a thing or two about the electrical world, don't you, Filomena?
Well, my husband is also an electrician.
Yes. Of course. Okay. If we can help, David, then just
if we can help, put any sentence that you need or something.
Yeah. Put it in the chat, and then we'll do a simultaneous. Well, I say we. Filomena will do that.
No, you are doing great, Carl.
I'll have a go. So, in England, it's often thought that the more words you use, the smarter or higher class you are. So, it might be. The regular working person in London might say "Oi" in the morning instead of "Hello and good morning to you, my good man." So the posh people tend to be quite florid and effusive with their language as a demonstration of their intellect, I suppose. Is it the same? Is it the same in Portuguese? Your everyday working person might just say "dia," because I do that. I walk past somebody in the street. And I live in a neighborhood where I think there are some quite posh people around here, and I'll say to them something like that, and they'll come back to me with "Hola, bon dia," as though, and I'm hearing a correction. Like, don't address me with your single dia. I want to hear all of it. Have I done something wrong? Is that correct? Do you think?
Well, to me, and again, to me, it seems a bit strange to say just dia, because.
Okay.
I can't remember anyone saying to me, dear. But maybe, I don't know. But I mean, nobody says dear to me. But maybe they say bon dia, and you can hardly listen to the bon. Maybe, I don't know. They can say bon dia, bon dia, bon dia.
But some people will add the hola as well. So
hola, bon dia, yeah.
Should you say
it's warmer, isn't it? If you say hola, bon dia, it kind of warmer greeting than just a simple bom dia.
Okay, I'm going to put that right. I'm going to put that right in this neighborhood. Okay, thank you for helping me with that. All right, I believe that many people who say that Portuguese is so difficult to learn are actually feeling the challenge of learning 2 languages without realizing it. Yep, possibly. Thank you, James. Banana Slug, in French, the written and spoken are really different. That is why I wanted to know if it's the same with Portuguese. And I think we are discovering that it is La Paloma, also the dove in Portuguese. That's Spanish, isn't it? It's
Yes, that's Spanish. That's Spanish. Yes, La Paloma is Spanish for the dove. Yeah.
All right, for all the single ladies, that's for the 7 boyfriends, I think, there, possibly. I was told by a barista in Lisboa when ordering a pingo that it is a pingado there.
Yeah.
And people roll their eyes and correct you if you order a bica.
Yes,
Same with
that's
the beer.
right. Yeah, that's right. Because bica, we say bica in Lisbon and here in central Portugal, but in Porto, just café or cimbalino. They also call it cimbalino
as well.
because of the brand of the machine, the coffee machine.
Yes.
So cimbalino also in Porto, but café everywhere, of course. You say café everywhere.
Stay safe for the cafe or
for
batonada.
example, the pingo. Well, they say pingo, and here for example, here in central Portugal, we say garoto. Garoto.
What is that? What sort of coffee is a garoto?
Pingo is it's like in an espresso cup. It's a mixture of coffee and milk, but in a little espresso cup.
Oh, I'm going to have one of those today. That sounds great.
Garoto.
Yes, I must.
You should ask for garoto.
In fact, what we need to do, I think, Filomena, is make a little chart and people can cross off the different coffees because they'll have to order them. Queria un pingo, pingado, garoto, abatonada, café cheio, meia de leite, a strong meia de leite, a not very strong.
Uma meia de leite escura, uma meia de leite clara, galão escuro, galão claro.
You have to carry a poster around with you.
Café sem ponta.
We should do it. So far in my limited experience, the written is identical.
But do you know what, Carl? garoto.
Yeah.
It also means a kid. So you can. I would like a kid, please.
Yes. Oh, stick to cafe. The written is identical to the spoken, but the pronunciation of the spoken doesn't sound at all like in the written books. Okay, this is running on and on this morning. Perfect. Does today's lesson count for my 15 minutes? Yes. At least. With added muito bem.
Sim, claro que sim.
Claro. In the US, there is something called Standard English, which is what is taught. You guys have ruined our language. Let's face it. Especially California and Florida, where then there are many accents and levels of literacy that change what is spoken. It's fascinating.
And he is very, very correct in that point. Levels of literacy also change the way you speak because. Because it's true. For example, as you said, let's say the posh people speak in one way, and then the people from I don't want to say from the village, but people who don't go or didn't go to school for a long time. Older people that sometimes they just attended school for 3 or 4 years, and it's true. They have a different way of speaking, but it's not a wrong way of speaking. I'm just saying it's different, right? But that is true. And for example, the way they greet people, as you said, might be different. If you find a professor, he greets you in a way, and if you find a farmer, he greets you in another way. But again, as I said, I think that happens in every language.
Yeah, and when the proverbial hits the fan, I want to be with the farmer and not the professor. I can tell you.
Yes, of course. I'm not saying that. I'm not. There is nothing wrong with the way a farmer says things. Please, I don't.
No, I get you. Yes, I wanted to add to that. In my experience, some of the biggest hearted and smartest people that you'll ever find, of course.
Yes.
Hi guys, my first time listening in, enjoying the show. I'm Scottish. So I'll have to translate for you, Filomena, if we speak.
Yes. Scottish is hard for me.
I'm really struggling. Looking forward to meeting you later, Filomena, from Sharon. Hello, Sharon.
Yeah, we are meeting later on, yes.
Good. Oh, really? That'll be interesting. Could you record some of that? I want to hear that. That accent was just. But you see, Garvo is a posh Brummie. That's why that'll be. So there you go. Well, I love that, Garvo. Thank you. We want more of those. Send them in. Would love to have you in Portugal. To Michelle, can't wait to meet you in person. Superb. We can thoroughly recommend Filomena's lessons. She is an inspiring teacher and really fun, as you can see here.
Obrigada, Peter.
Brits for Brits at gmail.com. Actually, let me just put that in the comments now, because you need to know that if you want to get in touch with Filomena about the language tuition, about translation.
All translations. Yeah, all translations.
And where's your next trip for? Oh, sorry, I did that wrong. Don't use that one. I forgot to put in the book. Don't use that one. God knows what you're going to get if you do that. I'm doing it again. But where's the next trip going?
Well, I haven't been thinking about trips lately because of all the situation of my husband and everything. But so at the moment I'm focused on my husband recovery, and I'm not planning any trips now. But
no, fair enough.
Maybe soon.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough with that. Totally understand. I'm going to delete that one so it doesn't cause any confusion. I can't block user because then I'll be blocking myself. No, I can't delete it. Just ignore that one. Trips for Brits at Gmail if you want to get in touch with Filomena, because we need to sing again. A whole load of comments. I mean, we need to sing it one more time from the top this morning. And but before we do, I'll see what comments I can include. Of the many that have come in this morning.
Are there any questions? Any more questions, Carl?
Absolutely. My dad has 2 birthdays because you get fined if you didn't register a birth within so many days. My grandparents were late, so his registered birthday is the 21st of April, but he was born on the 15th.
Yeah, that happened. For example, I had a cousin who passed away a few years ago. Her birthday was officially the 26th of February, but she was actually born on the 19th of February. So yes, that happens sometimes. A long time ago, people didn't register immediately, and then they had 2 birthdays.
So funny, isn't it? That's great.
Hello, Louise.
Yeah, Louise is here. Mrs. M is here, and yeah, we've got our lad is called Solomon, our youngest, and he gets called Salomon. Here in Portugal. I haven't shared that already, but that is what happens. Abel's here as well, and that was great going to register him as because he was born here, of course. He's a Portuguese. And someone please translate Garvo's joke to English.
Yes, I would appreciate that too.
Yeah, we saw the look on your face. Bravo, Filomena, there. And James, looking forward to meeting Carlos and Lisa, who are traveling around Portugal at the moment. The teacher's pet, look at that, got on with the way. I want to know why Brits say Anna for Anna, but don't put on the end of other words ending with A. Would my name be Khadija? Yeah, you get used to that when you're in London next week. Khadija! I don't think so. I would feel left out. I have a phone translator I can use in emergency. What could possibly go wrong working with another?
Yeah, I have seen some strange translations.
I was happy when he asked me a tabon, and I said, "Tudo bem, very good. Keep it up. Keep up the good work there." Surely all you need to do is put on a skimpy outfit and play some. Yes, and do record that for us, Peter. I have the Google Translator on my home screen. It will listen to what they say and translate for me. Wow. Not to make your electrician feel any way self-conscious. Okay.
Good luck, right?
This conversation is being recorded for training purposes. Just dear sounds weird. All right. Especially coming from a foreigner. I'm doing my best here. I guess we would correct just to make sure you're learning the language properly. Okay, yeah, thank you. It's coming from a good place. And David has got his full white double denim on there. Good look. Good look, sir. I love the lyrical quality of Portuguese. Yeah, I think we appreciate that. It's lovely. And it helps, as we'll find out with a bit of singing again in a minute. The only one you need to know is Café con Cheirinho, of course. A little
Cheirinho.
Cheirinho.
I'm going to write it. Cheirinho.
I preciso fazer alguma coisa. Oh, do you need anything from me? That's good, isn't it?
Eu preciso fazer alguma coisa. Yeah. Do I need to do anything?
Yeah, but you don't want open questions, really, because that's asking for trouble.
Yes.
What you need is I'm just going to sit over here and mind my own business. That's probably best. So many people say that learning Portuguese is difficult. I say learn it as if your life depended on it, and you won't find it difficult. Absolutely. Tama Katana, our comedian, he's telling jokes. You think no moaning here from people about learning Portuguese. He's a stand-up comedian, and he's learned Portuguese jokes. That's guts, I think. However, dyslexia hands me another twist. Alas, my old friend. Oh, keep going, Chris. Keep going.
Yes. It makes it a bit harder, but not impossible.
You can do it, mate. We can do it. I have heard many people say simply nada when you're saying, the nada. The dub gets swallowed and eaten, doesn't it, sometimes?
And again, I think that sometimes you think people are not pronouncing anything else, but they are pronouncing it, but it's in a very, very light way, and then it's nada, and then you can hardly listen to the first d, right? So, nada.
Yes. Blink and you miss it. If you blink with your ears, you miss it. Okay, so he's getting coffee pangs over there. Is Dougie? Morning, Dougie. We enjoyed you getting your feet wet. And Pam says there is a meme going around with all the coffees on. We want that meme. My coffee of choice is descafeinado, pingado, decaf with a dash or drop of milk in there. The pingo, and the descafeinado as well. That's going to be quite useful for people. Descafeinado, if you want decaffeinated.
Descafeinado.
Michelle, a Medellite is supposed to be a cappuccino, but a wet one. I don't know about cafe with just foam like a true cappuccino. No, forget about that when you come to your...
foam is not very usual here.
Italy. Go to Italy for that sort of thing. I would like a kid and a hot dog.
Yes.
Yes.
Queria garoto e cachorro quente.
Joao is here, clearly, everybody. And Antonio as well. Bom dia a todos.
Yes, doing the correct way. Bom dia a todos. Yeah.
As you
might. A todos. Thank you, Antonio. Obrigada.
I don't think you should do this, David. Making a pass. This may not reflect well on expat integration, or alternatively, it could be seen as the perfect expat integration. I don't know. Your call on that, sir. Let us know how it goes. Pedro Martins is here as well. Morning, Pedro. My mum's birthday, 20th of February, but registered on the 21st. A lot of Portuguese parents a little bit late getting along to the registry.
They have lots of things to do.
Here's the vital translation that you needed for Gary's joke.
Whale.
Threw the whale back in because he didn't have any spokes in it. It's so amazing how fast the time goes while watching the show. Yes, we're past time already. I just want to make sure we've got all your comments in. Love Filomena's laughter. It's contagious. Absolutely right. When a Brit says dear, I get confused as they say day or dear. Oh, it's not getting any easier.
Yeah.
Yes, enjoyed Viana do Castelo up there, Carlos M and Lisa. I'm glad to hear that, and love the joy you put on everything you do. What else can you do, especially at this time in human history?
Of course, I mean, you have to.
Okay, and making a mockery here. Filomena, how do you order a mocha? So do you have a coffee that is a mocha in Portuguese? A bit of chocolate.
Mocha. Well, the problem is that I don't even like coffee, so... But a mocha, what? Can you tell me exactly what a mocha is?
I'm not a big drinker of the mocha. My understanding of it is part coffee, part chocolate. So what you could do, I would say
coffee and chocolate.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe probably it's also a mocha because in those technical terms we usually use like cappuccino. We also can say cappuccino for the typical technical terms. But I can ask my daughter about that mocha, but I don't know.
How's she getting on? Because she is the great cake maker, a confectioner, isn't she? How is your daughter?
Yeah, she's fine. Yeah, baking her cakes. Yeah,
baking her cakes, superb. Now Cheirinho is going into the chat there, and I would say you could say Tain or Mamoka, couldn't you? And see what response comes back.
Mamoka.
Mamoka. And also,
well, if you say Mamoka, it can mean something else.
Seriously, could you? Oh no! So Antonio, Joao, and Filomena are laughing at the foreigner who says Mamoka.
Yes, Mamoka.
Don't do that. Don't do that, anybody, because I don't.
Probably not the best question. No.
Tell me later. Okay, and people are looking it up on Google Translate now to try and find out what they're going to get for that. David might be saying it to the electrician right now. The other thing you could do is get an ukal. Have you had an ukal, everybody?
Ukal, yes, it's very nice. I like it.
My mum's who's over here loves it as well. Now, the
Yeah.
thing you could do with the chocolate milk ukal is you can ask for it morno, can't you? Where it's
Or
warmed
quente, or even
Or
quente.
even quente. So you can have your cold chocolate milk warmed up in the bottle because they stick the steam pipe in there. Now
Yes.
you could take a little bit out and you could drop a coffee shot straight into the ukal.
Yes, for example. Yeah.
Portuguese mocha.
Very good solution. Very good. Yeah.
My pleasure. Follow me for more Portuguese life hacks on Instagram or just watch the Portugal live stream. Okay, let's bring those words up. We're going to do it one more time. We're going to go out on cheery notes, singing and dancing as we go. So here we go.
Okay, so now we can sing it a bit faster.
What? Okay.
Right?
Everyone?
So,
All right. Okay.
lá vai uma, lá vão duas, três pombinhas a voar. Uma é minha, outra é tua, outra é de quem a apanhar. A criada lá de cima é feita de papelão. Quando vai fazer a cama, diz assim para o patrão: 7 e 7 são 14, com mais 7, 21. Tenho 7 namorados e não gosto de nenhum.
Very good. Thank you, Filomena. I'm hoping David was saying that, and I want to see the look on the electrician's face. If you could take a photograph of that. You've all been amazing, especially you, Filomena. Lots of love to Mr. Pascual, Senor Pascual. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Already looking forward to you being here again next month.
Obrigada e igualmente. Bom fim de semana para todos.
Oh, superb. I was going to say, do you want to say anything as a last word? That's perfect, isn't it? And everybody repeat back. Can we have that? Can we have that week, the end of the week sign off one more time, please?
Bom fim de semana. Bom fim de semana para todos.
Oh, superb. Lots of love to you, Filomena. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Ciao for now, everybody.